There is so much talent on this field right now. It is insanely good. I mean, this could be a world championship level game, all-star game, whatever you want to call it, because this is going to be two titans going head-to-head. The best team in the MLL, Dallas, going against who I think is the most talented team in the league, New York.
First win for Drew Simino. That will be a matchup to watch today against Tommy Kelly. Dallas, first possession in the home blue, playing indoors here at the Star in Frisco. John Rannigan. Rannigan still with it. Work behind for Ben Reeves. Ben Reeves and Jordan Wolf both in the lineup tonight for Dallas. They did not play last week in the regular season finale against Florida. They did not play against New York 2 weeks ago. A victory for the Lizards against the Rattlers. Shot on goal and an early save made by Drew Adams. So they'll reset the shot clock. Adams 8-6 on the season, a goals against average of 15, save percentage 50.6. Wolf. Rannigan up top, winds and fires it wide.
So they're looking early going for John Rannigan to get out and dodge downhill. That is John Rannigan's bread and butter, is that downhill dodge. He did it the first time. New York did a great job of stopping it. That second time he got the clean shot off with the save made by Adams.
Ned Crotty, who came up with a game-winning two-pointer to beat Florida. That goal came with 19.7 seconds to go. The only lead of the game for Bill Warner's team came after that two-pointer from Crotty and a 13-12 win.
It was an outstanding comeback last week.
Oh, good feed, Reeves to Ty Thompson, and it's a good start for the Rattlers. No Ben Reeves in the lineup for the last 2 weeks. The Tuarton Award winner has played very well in his limited time with Dallas, and you know where to find Ty Thompson, right in front of the goal.
Yeah, Ty Thompson is always right in front of the goal. An excellent job by Ben Reeves. Look at this. You see Thompson just slips off of his defender. His defender's watching the ball, slips off him, gets open, wide open for the goal. Take a look at it again. You see Thompson right there, right in front of the crease. And that's an easy goal for Ty Thompson. And that's important for Dallas to get off to a strong start, Eric, because this is a Dallas team that has struggled against New York. And so you got to think confidence-wise, them getting a couple early goals will boost that confidence here in the playoffs.
Couple of early wins for Drew Simino, 55% on the season. He's 2 for 2 tonight against Kelly. Kelly at 57.5% when you combine his time with Denver and with New York.
Well, Drew Simino, the only player in Major League Lacrosse to take every face-off for his team this season.
Reeves getting the assist on the goal by Ty Thompson, a team-leading 36 goals for Thompson in the regular season. Crotty starts moving on Tommy Zenker. Now Crotty turns, doesn't have much room, tried to find Thompson. Ground ball picked up by Matt Landis. Landis, an outstanding defender, gets things started the other way.
Well, they had a couple downhill dodges to start, and a couple times they were looking for Ty Thompson.
Long pole trying to get a goal. Save made by Galloway. Another battle for the ground ball picked up by Dallas. John Modersky.
And that's another important thing for Dallas. Dallas struggles with rebounds off the saves. Joe Keegan from Moneyball Lacrosse noted that Dallas the worst in the league letting rebounds go to the other team. So that's important for Dallas, even though there's a scrum there for Bendersky to get the loose ball.
Rannigan back for Reeves. This vaunted Lizards attack with Rob Pennell and Will Manny and Paul Rabel is only effective if they have possession. And so far, Dallas dominating possession.
Yeah, the best thing to do to stop a high-powered offense is not let them have the ball very much.
Randy Stott's in the lineup tonight. Oh, nice little flick pass to Ty Thompson, and a good save by Drew Adams.
Yeah, Ty Thompson had a good look, but credit Drew Adams with a nice save right in front of the goal. And Dallas in the early going has looked for Ty Thompson now 3 times, and he has 2 point-blank shots, 1 goal, 1 miss, and then one time he wasn't able to get his hands on the pass.
Another turnover taken away by Dallas. Mike O'Neill had it, and now the Rattlers go to work again with Crotty. Dallas got off to a great start in the regular season matchup, jumped out to a 4-0 lead, but New York battled back in that game, ended up winning 13-12. That ended Dallas's 7-game winning streak. It's their only home loss all year. And as Brendan mentioned, New York playing with a ton of confidence, knowing that they have had the Rattlers number.
New York has won the last 7 matchups between these two teams, including the 2015 Major League Lacrosse Championship game. Last time the Rattlers won was May 9th, 2014, when they were the Rochester Rattlers, a game that was played in Rochester.
Officials stopping play for the moment. I think they are going to adjust either the game clock or the shot clock, or maybe both.
It looked like the shot clock definitely was an issue at first. Take a look at Ben Reeves, the first-round draft pick of the Dallas Rattlers. A lot of people were wondering why Dallas, who is so good offensively, would add another offensive player, but he brings a different aspect to their team. He's a lefty. He can dodge, he can shoot, he can pass. And keep in mind, this organization was in Rochester for a long time. Ben Reeves grew up in suburban Rochester. They've been watching this kid since he was 10 years old.
So they did adjust the shot clock, now down to 25 seconds. McNamara back to Crotty. Now they try again. You can see what the game plan is. Try to get it to Ty Thompson. There's Wolf to back it up.
Yeah, they're looking at downhill dodge first and look for Thompson in between.
Great move by Jordan Wolf to get free, and he scores. Second on the team and goal scored this year with 31 behind Ty Thompson, and the 2 top scorers get Dallas off to a good start in the playoffs.
Yeah, Jordan Wolf, 31% unassisted looks this summer, just simply outstanding. 2-0 Dallas.
Of 2 of the top 3 offenses in Major League Lacrosse in 2018. New York second at 15 goals a game. Dallas third at 14 goals again. Dallas 2 face-off wins, 2 goals to take a 2-0 lead.
Check out that clamp that Semifinal had on that.
Semifinal with a dive there to try to keep it away from Landis, and then the help comes in, and Dallas 3 for 3 on face-off so far.
Dallas excellent so far, making sure that high-powered New York offense can't get any touches. We're 5.5 minutes in, and the ball has only been on the other half of the field for less than 30 seconds.
Stotts, 3rd game of the year for Randy Stotts. Rannigan back off to Wolf. Wolf and Rannigan work together. Wolf to Rannigan, a little 2-man game, but Rannigan just couldn't tee it up. And now a chance to transition with Landis bringing it out for the Lizards.
That's usually Jordan Wolf and Jordan McIntosh going back and forth. That's the matchup that they usually get. Rannigan usually doesn't go down inside. That's a little addition to his game this season. He just couldn't handle the pass.
Rabel. Can't connect. Another turnover for New York. A very sloppy start for the Lizards. Moss carries it in deep. Looks back for some help, and he has it with Wolf.
Yeah, everything going right for the Rattlers right now.
Reeves picks it up. Jack Neer was knocked down.
So Dallas right now offensively, they're looking for that downhill dodge, and if it's not there, they're looking to plant somebody right on the crease.
Reeves still with it. Save made by Adams.
We've got a delayed penalty here.
Bill Johansson, our crew chief tonight. Mark Moore, Dana Friend.
So it looks like we had an offside call. So it's a 30-second technical, so Dallas will go on the man up. They converted 29% of their power plays this year.
That was good for 5th in the league. Penalty kill New York 5th in the league at 71%. Crotty off of Reeves. Didn't look like he was ready for the pass. Ground ball scooped up by Landis again. Here's Matt Landis.
Dallas really forcing that ball on the crease quite a bit. That's how they figure they can beat Drew Adams, is by taking some of those point-blank shots right on the doorstep.
So here is Rob Pennell. The matchup will be Dunn on Pennell.
Last time Dunn and Pennell faced each other, Pennell was 2 of 8 shooting in that game a couple weeks ago here at the Star in Frisco.
Back out to Will Manning. Lacasio for Pennell. Pennell hacked that by Dunn. Pennell backhands it in. Beautiful goal by RP3 to get New York on the board.
And that's what's so dangerous about New York. They've only held the ball for about a minute out of the first 8, but yet they're only down by 1 right now. So this is a one-on-one matchup. Pennell against Dunn. Dunn's got pretty good position. Dunn has his body and his stick upfield. He can't really get much better position than that. You see, take a look. But Pennell is able to figure out how to get his hands free and just takes that kind of behind shot around his hip for the goal.
I think without question, there's the front runner for MVP in Major League Lacrosse. The numbers back that up. 43 goals, 78 points, broke his own single season scoring record. Now after the goal, can New York get a face-off win?
Well, if nothing, Pennell is certainly the slam dunk offensive player of the year,
yes,
and probably should be MVP as well.
Good also play by Joel White, who stuck with it, and Joel White lays out and scores a beauty for Dallas.
I don't even know if I want to talk over this. I think I just might want to shut up and admire this. This is vintage Joel White, one of the best long stick middies in Major League Lacrosse. Check this out. Unbelievable. I mean, this is a longtime veteran in this league. From behind the goal, vintage air gate circa Syracuse 1988.
Wow.
What a goal by Joel White. With a long stick, no less.
Joel White scored 1 goal in 8 games in the regular season. Member of Team USA who had 6 ground balls against Florida. Now another one. Semino comes in and scores. It seems as though Drew Semino is good for about 1 of those a game. He did that off the opening faceoff in the regular season meeting with New York. How about this response by the Rattlers? After Pennell scores a beautiful goal, they come right back, Dallas does, with 2 goals.
And 2 goals in the matter of 20 seconds from when Pennell scored. And Semino, he just beats Tinney. He also beats Ray right there. I mean, those are 2 really good midfielders that he just blew right on by. And you're right, Drew Semino, he's good for about 1 of those a game. And remember, just going back to the White goal real quick, because there's only 7 seconds for us to talk about that. Remember, Joel White had one of those diving goals taken away last week in their game. So this time it was a no doubt taking it. And now they have a violation on Semino, so New York will get possession.
Pennell scored at the 7:50 mark. White scored at 8:11. Semino at 8:18. So 2 goals in 28 seconds after Pennell scored to put Dallas on top 4-1. And you made a great point last week when we had the Dallas-Florida game, how White had many hats on during that game against Florida.
Yeah, he was playing short stick D midi, he was playing short stick O midi, bringing the ball over, playing 2 ways, short stick, long stick. He was doing a little bit of everything. And that's the thing is Joel White, when he was in college, even as a long pole, he was the best midi in the NCAA as a long pole, and he's translated that into the Major League Lacrosse game, which is a little bit different, a little more wide open, that he can play multiple positions. That's why a guy like Joel White is so valuable.
Pennell trying to get away from Dunn. Up top for Lacasio. Lacasio bumped off by Neer. 4 on the shot clock. Rabel gets it away, wasn't on goal, but flags fly as Rabel got hit up high.
I think they're gonna call a push on Jack Neer, which I completely disagree with. I mean, you got Paul Rabel, who outweighs Jack Neer by about 30 pounds. So take a look at this again. Watch the switch. So Manley's on Rabel. The pick comes. Here's near. All right, it was up high. Okay, I'll take it. I didn't realize how high it was. So they're actually going to call a hold and not a push with possession. So that's a little bit different.
So New York,
because of the height of that, which is interesting because Rabel's like 6'4", so I mean, Near really had to get up there.
he's a big guy. New York man up 8 in Major League Lacrosse at 23%. The Dallas PK best in the league in the regular season, better than 80%. Manny. Shot coming, and Galloway with the save. John Galloway, 8-1 on the season. Save percentage better than 51%. Dunn. O'Neal. And now Reeves. And Dallas will change up their personnel.
Yeah, good transition by Dallas. They had a couple looks at shots. They waved it off to get the offensive personnel on the field. But Galloway saw that ball from 16 yards away, high to high, same trajectory. He caught it, got it out in transition quickly.
Stotts. Stotts spins away. Takes a shot, sends it wide.
So they're calling for a shot clock reset. That didn't hit Drew Adams.
Wolf.
They shouldn't have reset that.
Feed to Stotts, and he scores. Great start for Dallas, trying to earn a spot in next Saturday's Major League Lacrosse championship game. But New York has been down by 4 in the first half in this building before. Right now, Dallas on top 5-1 first quarter. Welcome back. 5-1. Dallas on top. Time for our Maverick player spotlight. Who else but Rob Pennell? Fantastic season. The league's best attackman, maybe the best in the world at this point. In the opinion of many, his numbers off the charts. But a guy who has filled up the stat sheet. He's missed a little time this year. Maverick player spotlight for Dallas, Jordan Wolf, leading the team with 51 points. Let's take you back to the goal just a moment ago for Dallas.
Yeah, you see Jordan Wolf behind the cage. Stotts about 5 yards away from the goal, and that's where Dallas has gotten a lot of their goals today and a lot of their looks is right in front of the crease. I mean, they've really pinpointed that as a game plan on a way to beat Drew Adams, and they've done a great job so far.
7th goal total this year, playoffs regular season for Stotts. And another face-off win for Semifinal. He's now 6 for 7 on face-offs. Rannigan in front. Reeves trying to get a shot off. He stuck with it and got the goal, and it's a 4-goal run for the Rattlers.
Sometimes in lacrosse, perseverance is the most important trait you can have. And right there, Ben Reeves holds the ball just enough to get the opening. Here's Rannigan coming off the dodge, sees Reeves wide open. Reeves gets hit, but he's a big guy. Doesn't even matter. Unterstein gives him the hit right in front. He holds on to it, makes sure he doesn't step in the crease, and buries it.
Dallas traded up to draft Reeves. He was the 4th overall pick in the draft. 7 goals in total this season for the rookie out of Yale. Another win for Dallas.
Dallas has really been owning time of possession in this first quarter. They have held the ball almost the entire time.
7 of 8 on face-offs here in the first quarter. Crotty. Crotty, why not? Wolf tried to feed it back to McIntosh. turnover for Dallas, and New York will take over.
Maybe the first mistake we've seen all night from the Rattlers. Dallas with a pretty good ride here, just taking a little bit of time off the clock.
Eventually, Unterstein gets across. New York with just one goal, scored by Rob Pennell, who has it. Here's the rookie Joel Tinney. Rabel, tough angle, save made by Galloway.
Galloway hasn't seen very many shots so far, and he likes it so far. You love it. And Eric, one of the things that you've started to see, and I've covered the Rattlers and John Galloway for many years, how fiery John Galloway is. He gets a first couple saves, he gets the adrenaline, he gets the blood pumping. It's very hard to beat him once he starts to build up that extra confidence with a couple early saves.
They really have two great bookend leaders on this team. Wolf on one end of the field's got the ball right now, and Wolf turns and sends it wide. And Walters back there first. And you've got Galloway, who sets the intensity level in the cage.
Well, and that's the thing with this Dallas team. There's so many leaders. I mean, you talk about a veteran leader in Galloway. You talk about a young leader in Wolf, Joel White, John Rannigan. All these guys step up, and everybody on this team takes some of that ownership. And, you know, even go even a little bit deeper with Mike Manley and Ned Crotty. I mean, this is such a tight-knit group that are all in it together, and they all lead by example, and they all trust each other. When one of them gets fired up, they know it's not personal. They know it's just because they want to make sure you get the best out of yourself.
Jojo Marasco, turnover. I think the only bit of good news for New York here in the first quarter is that they're only down by 5. It feels like, because the possession has been on this end of the field the entire quarter, that it could be a lot worse than this. But as we have seen all season long, a 5-goal deficit is nothing in Major League Lacrosse, even in the playoffs, especially when you talk about that firepower on New York's side.
Well, if there's one team that you can't score too much against to worry about getting a comeback, is New York, because New York can put up 20 in a half. Stotts tried it, couldn't get it. They say Wolf was the first one there, 13.1 to go. Wolf with the feed, couldn't connect with Stotts, and it's going to be New York possession with 5.8 to go in the quarter. Galloway got it. He'll try it back from long distance. And after a couple of exchanges from the baseline, that will be the end of the first quarter. What a quarter for the home team. Dallas 6. New York 1, a spot in the championship game on the line. The Steinfeld Trophy will not be the only hardware handed out in Charleston next weekend. The night before the championship game, Major League Lacrosse will announce the 2018 award winners, including Rookie of the Year, Goalie of the Year, and Most Valuable Player. Find out who was the best of the best this season at the 2018 MLL Honors Live on Friday night, only on Lax Sports Network. What a quarter for Dallas. They lead 6-1. Face-offs, 7-1 edge for Dallas. Shots on goal, 10-4 edge for Dallas. Ground balls, 12-5 edge for Dallas. And if we were keeping time of possession, it would be probably about 12 minutes to 3 minutes in favor of the Rattlers.
And to start the second quarter, violation. And it'll be a possession again for Dallas. Dallas 11-3 on the season, 6-1 at home. For Coach of the Year nominee Bill Warder. You have covered this team very closely as Wolf sends it wide for many years, and one of the big storylines was when it was announced that they were going to move to Dallas. Well, was that the end of any tie to Rochester? And as it turns out, they pretty much brought Rochester to Dallas when it comes to the lacrosse team.
Well, essentially, when Tim Sudan, the coach, decided to stay in upstate New York, he called Bill Warder and said, hey, I'm not going, but you might want to take a look at this and go after this. And Bill Warder, a longtime assistant, 7 years with Tim Sudan and with BJ O'Hara. Before that, all the players applied for player movement, but then once they all decided, Galloway, White, Wolf, they all said, we're either all doing this or none of us are doing it. So they all decided to come down together. And Eric, here's the kicker, and Bill Warder will be the first to tell you, all these guys still wear all their Rochester Rattlers gear. They have it down in Dallas. They still wear Rochester Rattlers gear. So you can take Rochester, you can take them out of the city, but you can't take it out of their hearts. I mean, this is still very much the core unit that was in Rochester.
And really the mission for this group was to get to this point for starters, get to the playoffs, but to win a championship, which has been elusive for this franchise.
Well, especially with this group. They won one with BJ O'Hara back in 2008 before the original team left and became the Toronto Nationals, became the Hamilton Nationals, it became the Florida Launch, and then this new Rattlers team is the old machine.
Great.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Take by Bernhardt to the goal. Well, on one end of the field, you had Kevin Unterstein blocking a shot, looked like with his foot. He was limping around, but it didn't get through to Adams. Starts with defense on one end, it ends with the finish by Bernhardt on the other.
Bernhardt has been a huge addition to this New York team. Came over in a trade mid-season. You see him come downhill against McNamara, gets in front of goal, the dive in front of Galloway. Just a beautiful play by Bernhardt. Came off a championship last year with the Ohio Machine. Nice backhanded play, just absolutely beautiful dive there.
Well, Bernhardt, as Brendan mentioned, traded from Ohio. New York had him for 3 games in the regular season. New York went 3-0 in those games with Bernhardt added to the lineup, member of the Team USA squad. Remember, 6 Lizards were on Team USA. So this is, as we've talked about, matchup of a couple of pretty good all-star teams.
And another 4 of them made the all-star team that weren't on the national team that probably could have been on the national team. And Joel Tinney, their outstanding rookie, was one of the last cuts of the Canadian national team. I mean, we talk about there's tons and tons of talent. I mean, Joe Walters, who's got the ball right now, I mean, he's a top 5 all-time scorer in this league, was not on the national team, not on the all-star team.
Career high in points this year for number 1 in White with 53.
He's got 516 career points, only 4 guys to do that.
10 on the shot clock, on the back door, caught the pipe. Near couldn't pick it up. The follow-up, another one hits the pipe. I think Galloway may have gotten a piece of that one though, but it definitely caught some iron as well. So Dallas dodges one there.
Dodges 2 bullets right there. 2 pipes hit right there.
Ben Reeves, a goal and an assist in the first quarter. Rannigan trying to get free. Take it away. Ray with the steal. Bernhardt on the move. Good hustle play by who else? Joel White getting back defensively, and White now after the ground ball. Couldn't come up with it though.
Yeah, you got triple team, but Bernhardt got down there early, but Ray, give him a lot of credit getting in that passing lane and sniping that pass, because Crotty was open in the slot on the other side.
Marasco still with it. Will Manny, save made by Galloway. Well, Galloway does so well, he starts transitioning the other way. Found O'Neal. Now White looking for a second one, and he's got it. Mr. Inside and Mr. Outside. 7-2.
Eric, remember that time when we talked about how many different things Joel White can do and how valuable he was and all those different skills he has? You can add that on there, that mid-range shot. You saw him with the dive earlier, trailing the break. This is what Joel White does so well. You cannot sleep on Joel White. Beautiful ball placement right there. Just nips it right inside the goalpost. Beautiful play by Joel White. Fletcher comes over late.
And it looked like a heads-up play by Jordan McIntosh not to lose his head as he went sliding, knowing, well, as you mentioned, Brendan, White will take that shot. So McIntosh was running for cover. 7-2. Now there's a win for Kelly. Kelly will take it in, and another save by Galloway. Locked in with a trip to the finals on the line.
Yeah,
he's all worked up.
Yeah, John Galloway is hyped.
He is a coach on the field. Of course, he's the head coach of the Jackson University program. SoCon Coach of the Year this past year. And we've talked to Bill Warder during our games about, a timeout was called. No, it was Galloway on the field calling the timeout. It's a great benefit to have a guy whose head coach knows the game so well. Here's another guy who knows the game pretty well. Assistant coach at Duke, Ned Crotty, tumbling down, sending it wide.
Yeah, Galloway has been a coach in training for many years. He coached at Duke, coached at Providence. And we have an illegal screen there, turnover by Dallas. Yeah, Galloway made a comment. He was talking about how he coaches at Jacksonville now, and at some point he's worried that he's going to have to face one of his former teammates or one of his former guys that he coached from Jacksonville Major League Lacrosse. Hasn't happened yet, but it could happen next year.
Lacasio. Back the eye for Pinnell. Broken up, Lacasio's down. They play on. Now Lacasio getting back up, but
yeah, you see him
well behind the play.
Right there, yeah, he got hit in the nether regions.
Yeah, there's a save by Drew Adams. For Walters. Will Manning. Manning, second on the team with 62 points. It's quite the battle heading into the final game of the regular season for the goal scoring title. Dylan Malloy from Florida started the day with 40 goals to lead the league. Manny at 38, Pinnell at 36, and then Pinnell went for 7 goals in the finale against Chesapeake, which earned a playoff spot for New York.
Now they're saying it went off a Dallas player. That is a bad pass by Rabel. That's why Galloway is upset. This is the second missed call by the officials. Remember, they reset that shot clock early in the game. This time, it didn't go off of a Rattlers player. And now they're going to reverse it. This is the correct call. Rabel's pass just went out of bounds. Look.
So it will be Dallas possession when we come back. Good first half at the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco for the Rattlers. 7-2 at the 2018 MLL Honors Friday night on Lax Sports Network.
Eric, I'm no math major, but Cloutier averaged 7 points a game as a rookie coming in mid-season. If that's not Rookie of the Year, then they shouldn't even hand out the award. No offense to the other guys, but that should be the easiest award that they're select this year.
I think twice now I've double-checked the math. I'm like, that does not sound right, but it is right.
Yeah,
it's point total.
He just
filled it up.
He just came in and just started to dominate.
Friday for Reeves. 2 points tonight for the rookie Ben Reeves. Ten to shoot. Reeves still holding. 5 to shoot. Reeves with 3. With 2, don't know if he realizes it. Good defense by New York, and they'll take over.
Props to Kevin Unterstein. He was all over Reeves. Reeves got an advantageous shorty matchup that you want to take advantage of, but Unterstein would just not let him get his hands free at all. And I don't know if, as you mentioned, I don't know if Reeves knew that the shot clock was going down. He didn't seem like he had any sense of urgency whatsoever. But remember, he's played his whole life without a shot clock up until this year, so still that little bit of a learning curve here.
And if he was going back for another year at school, he'd have a shot clock in the college game next year.
Best thing the NCAA did was put a shot clock in men's lacrosse. It's going to make the game even better.
Trying to find and cutting Lacasio. New York still with it. Down by 5. Dallas jumped out to a 2-0 lead before Rob Pennell scored for New York. And a hard hit, as I think it's Tinney who got run over.
Yeah, Tinney got run over by Mike Manley on that. They're both going after a ground ball. Oof. Yeah, you see unintentional by Manley. He's going for the ball, didn't even see Tinney there. But I'll tell you what, Mike Manley, he's a New York State trooper. It was his day job. He had to lose about 30 pounds to be a trooper. But make no mistake, Mike Manley is a Mack truck when he's coming at you.
Tinney wants the badge number. He was just in an awkward spot when he got hit too by a pretty strong guy. Joel Tinney has played great, an all-star, 5th overall pick in this year's draft out of Hopkins. Had a goal and 2 assists in the win at Dallas. So it sounds like a penalty is being called on Dallas.
Oh, and another flag just came down. So I don't know if that one was dropped by the official or a new penalty has come out here.
Bottom line is man up here for New York. 6 minutes to go first half. They're down by 5.
So it's an unnecessary roughness penalty on Manley. So it's 1 minute unreleasable.
That one whistled wide. Pennell, I don't know if Galloway got a piece of it or if it caught the pipe again. Remember, they've hit 2 pipes here in the quarter. Pennell holding. Back for Manning. Bernhardt tries to go low. Galloway stands his ground.
Here you see Mike Manley in the penalty box for unnecessary roughness. I do think that it was unintentional. I don't think that his intent was to railroad Tinney. I thought he was going after the ball, but in any event, when you hit a guy that hard,
well, Tinney was in a vulnerable spot too.
Yeah.
I know it happens very quickly, but Pennell paid the price, scored the goal. His second of the game, 7-3.
But an important goal for New York because they're on the man up. They're still struggling offensively, and Pennell is hurt too, and that's not a good sign.
Pennell got hammered as he scored the goal, just trying to literally shake it off. We'll take a closer look when we come back. 4-goal game in Frisco. Well, Rob Pennell, during that timeout, walking around, still just trying to find a gate that doesn't hurt. This is what happened on the goal he scored.
This gets popped in the backside by Matt Dunn, and he comes down awkwardly on his leg. So he's behind the play. He's doing some agility now behind the play. It looks like he's okay though.
Semifinal with another win. He's 9 for 12.
Semifinal's been outstanding in this first half.
Semifinal was 22 of 30 for Dallas in the win against Florida to close out the regular season. Out of Goffstown, New Hampshire. Played his college lacrosse at Nazareth.
Which is in?
Rochester.
City Rochester.
Reeves had it deflected. Battle for the ground ball won by New York. Hartzell comes away. So Pennell gets his second goal of the game. Bernhardt, the other goal scorer for New York. Ty Thompson got things going a minute 42 into the first quarter for Dallas. Jordan Wolf, Stotts, Reeves scoring, and 2 goals for Joel White. One on a beautiful dive, going airborne in front of the goal, and another from distance. Tinney. Good to see him back after taking the hard hit from Manley. But he turns it over.
Good rip by Jordan McIntosh to dislodge that ball. It's another thing that Dallas has done really well. Here's Dunn coming in.
So Dunn went the distance. Wolf has it, backing it up. Closing in on 3 minutes to go in the first half. Rolled back for Rannigan. Rannigan takes a shot and he scores. Boy, that's playing to John Rannigan's strengths, right? You see him coming on, let him start getting downhill a little bit, and literally he is tough to handle once he starts heading towards the goal. He scores. 15 in the regular season for Rannigan. Gets on the board here.
John Rannigan, this is what he made his name for in Major League Lacrosse, was that right-handed downhill dodge. He's added so many other elements to his game, but Bernhardt, you see him drop his shoulder a little bit, creates that space, and he beats Drew Adams. Now, by the way, Brendan Fowler is coming in at the face-off X. So a slight change here.
So Fowler comes on, replacing Kelly.
So Brendan Fowler's more of an upright finesse guy, where Tommy Kelly and Drew Simino are both down low, grinded out guys. But either way, Dallas comes up with a ball, but just trying to change it up a little bit, trying to force Drew Simino to do something a little bit different.
And the result is the same, a win for Simino. 2.5 to go in the first half. Winner of this game to take on the winner of the other semifinal, Denver and Chesapeake, in a 1-goal game late in the fourth. Stotts back with it. Stotts holding, finds Reeves, who finds the back of the net. Check it, it's Crotty. Crotty scores for Dallas. 9-3.
It was just starting to creep into my mind that at 7-3, it was a little bit tight, and New York was still with a good shot in here, but Stotts, a beautiful cross-field pass to flip the defense, and that mid-range lefty missile by Ned Crotty for the goal makes it 9-3, gives them a little bit more pad, because as you dominate time of possession, you have to dominate the scoreboard too, because as we know, New York can put up a lot of goals very quickly, so you want to get as much pad as you can.
But a great point. It was 7-3, but what happens after that goal by Pinnell? Simino goes to work. 3 straight wins now for Simino on the draws. He's now 11 of 14 here in the first half.
Yeah, last 2 have been taken by Brendan Fowler, and the same result for Simino. He has really stepped up his game today.
Crotty. Here's Reeves. Kicked out by Adams.
And Eric, another interesting part of this offense, you think about it, Jordan Wolf has not been a major part of the offense so far for Dallas. It's been everybody else.
Well, another interesting thing too, Brendan, as you pointed out in the opening minutes of the game, Dallas was focusing on getting Ty Thompson involved and getting him shots, and he scored the first goal and had a couple of other opportunities, but we haven't mentioned too much about Ty Thompson since. Partly it's because of that Dallas depth we've talked about. Galloway's been outstanding in goal, and a flag is down.
So I think this is going to be on Ryan McNamara, number 81. So we'll take a look at it again. Oh no, excuse me, it's Madursky with a late hit.
Knocking down Unterstein.
Yeah, Unterstein was not happy about it. So it's an unreleasable penalty.
9 blue, 1 minute illegal body check.
So an opportunity here with less than a minute to go for New York to try to cut into a 6-goal deficit. Manny. Lacasio. Pennell lurking to the right of Galloway. Rabel's been quiet. Here's Pennell, and he scores. Hat trick for Rob Pennell in the first half. Man up goal makes it 9-4.
That's Pennell's second straight on the man up. They've done a pretty good job on Pennell so far in this game. See, Rabel sucks the defense in, and Madursky was cheating over just a little bit, and the slide comes late to Pennell, and they get the goal.
Pennell scores the goal. 7 goals last week in the regular season finale against Chesapeake that earned a spot in the playoffs for New York. New York did not make the playoffs last year. Dallas lost to Denver in the semifinals in last year's playoffs. Semino with a rare loss, and New York will take a timeout. So Joe Spolina uses a timeout with 18.8 to go before halftime.
Yeah, smart timeout by Joe Spolina, a veteran coach in Major League Lacrosse. So you got 18 seconds, you got plenty of time to create some offense. And if you can go into the locker room 9-5, despite the fact that you've been getting killed on time of possession, you've been getting killed on faceoffs, and you've turned the ball over quite a bit, that would be a minor win for New York. They could bring some momentum in at halftime.
Tough to keep Rob Pennell quiet. Hat trick here tonight. You see in the top line his totals this year, setting a new single season scoring record with the 78 points. Goals, assists, points, that kind of year for Rob Pennell. By the way, 78 points in 13 games played. Pretty good.
Yeah, because he missed that one game because of the World Championships, and you're right. I mean, career highs in goals, assists, and points. He broke his own league record. He now stands 8th all-time with 384 points. He's 6th all-time with 170 assists, 11th all-time with 214 goals. And this is still a young guy. He's only been in the league for 5 years. So it's not like he's been here that long. He just puts up a lot of points. The 2016 Offensive Player of the Year, and I will make the easiest prediction of all time. Also the 2018 Offensive Player of the Year. Mark it down. There's no way he doesn't win Offensive Player of the Year.
So let's see what Spolina draws up here. Got plenty of options. Man up here for New York. Will Manny. Rabel. Tough pass. Somehow it made its way through. Walters with the feed. Bernhardt with the finish.
Excellent play call by Joe Spolina out of the timeout. When you still have the man advantage, you wheel it around the horn, and then you get the skip pass to Bernhardt, who has a wide open lane to shoot.
Galloway got a little piece of it too.
You see Jack Neer got sucked in just a little bit too much. And you're right, Galloway just got a piece of it, but not enough.
So Pennell scored a man up with 29 seconds to go. Bernhardt scores a man up with 8 seconds to go. Kelly back out there for the faceoff. Semino with the win, and there's a flag. And that will do it for the first half.
So we'll check the flag, though.
I think it's going to go against Tommy Kelly. Fowler will get the first draw of the second half. Semino 13 for 16 on draws in the first half.
But you heard Coach Spallina, don't be surprised if you see guys like Jake Bernhardt, Joe Fletcher, maybe some other guys also take some faceoffs if things aren't working.
Semino wins another one, and the first possession of the second half belongs to the Rattlers. Spot in the championship game up for grabs here tonight. The winner to take on Denver Saturday in Charleston, South Carolina. Ty Thompson got the scoring started in the first quarter, a minute 42 in. Jordan Wolf added to it. Now Rannigan, who has a goal in this game, carries it in deep. Reeves. Reeves a goal and an assist. Shot clock down to 10.
They say Dallas being very patient on offense.
They had a shot clock violation in the first half, maybe being a little too patient here, and Crotty is just, no, he's going to cut his losses and throw it in the corner.
Yeah, that was, they didn't really have anything going. But I mean, this is not the time to take shot clock violations. They really have to put their foot on the throat of New York and put them away. You can't let the Lizards linger around because they can make a comeback very easily.
Well, as Joe Spallina just told us too, Brendan, the only way they're getting possession is with stops. They're not winning faceoffs, so Dallas has to keep that pressure on offensively, because if New York starts getting stops, Spallina knows that's going to build up some momentum for his team. Rabel with it.
More importantly, how about Joe Spallina's playoff beard, though? That's impressive.
Yes. A little hockey influence, perhaps. Well, this is one thing that New York was hurt by in the first quarter, turnovers, and they turned it over on their first possession of the third quarter.
So now the teams are even. They both turned the ball over on their first possession of the second half. Now we can kind of start fresh, cleanly with the second half. But if you're Dallas, you got to start with that downhill dodge. That is what got him here. The downhill dodging to create offense.
Crotty couldn't hold on to it. Crotty doesn't give up, though, but giving it up is Bernhardt. And a shot to score. Rabel, his first of the game. Three-goal game.
And New York has scored the last 3 goals dating back to 28 seconds of the first half. Bernhardt creates to Rabel, wide open. Manley not there. A transition goal, and that's really what has been a huge improvement for New York, is a transition game since Jake Bernhardt came along. They're averaging almost an extra point per game with the addition of Jake Bernhardt, because he's gotten that transition going so quickly. And now Tommy Kelly back at the faceoff X.
9th career playoff game for Paul Rabel, his 10th career playoff goal. Same result for Dallas, another faceoff win.
Yeah, that time it was won by the wing. John Madursky came in and got that possession. You heard Joe Spallina say, not only do we got to win the faceoff, but the wings have to come in and they've got to help out. As soon as that ball is dislodged and loose, those wing guys have to go crash in there and really put some extra effort in there to get some possessions for New York.
Bernhardt gets an assist on the Rabel goal, so he has 2 goals and an assist here for the Lizards. Save made by Adams. Still not up on his feet yet as he went sprawling, and yeah, he's hurt.
You could hear that thump off of his arm.
Oh my goodness.
He got tattooed by that McIntosh shot. Yeah, he's gonna feel that in the morning.
You see time has stopped here. Oh goodness.
Yeah, you see it go right off of his forearm. And that's a shot that goes off his forearm, and he loses his balance. It was so hard.
Dan Morris is the backup for Adams, who is going to stay in the game.
Drew Adams is not leaving this game unless he loses both of his arms and both of his legs. I mean, he's not a guy that is going to let a shot take him out of a game like this.
130th career game, including his playoff appearances, his 10th year with the Lizards. 5-time All-Star, 3-time MLL Goalie of the Year.
Yeah, he's really been an all-time great and really an underrated goalie. He doesn't get enough credit for how good he has been in Major League Lacrosse.
Pinnell tried to feed Tinney, who was knocked down just as the pass was arriving. They play on.
Yeah, the concern's starting to mount now for Dallas and their inability to convert these turnovers into positive possessions. I mean, when you've dominated time of possession like Dallas has, they should have a few more goals on the board.
Well, that could be part of the message that Joe Spallina can tell his team. We should be down by 6 or 7 right now. We're only down by 3. Make it 4 as Crotty scores.
And I think that was tipped at the point. I don't think that shot went in cleanly at all. But Crotty gets it. And that's an important goal for Dallas.
Second of the game for Ned Crotty to put them back up on top by 4.
So let's take a look at this again. I don't think this shot ends up getting clean to the goal. It looked like it might have ricocheted slightly off of Joe Fletcher, 17. Watch 17. Nope, it did. It went off of Adams. That's who it was. Adams got a piece of it, but not enough. That's an important goal for Dallas because New York had scored the last 3 in the game dating back to the first half.
And again, it's going to be stops that gives Dallas possession because they continue to get beat up on faceoffs.
Yeah, I mean, this is an ongoing issue.
Dallas is now 16 of 19 on draws. McIntosh winds and fires and scores. Now Dallas building momentum back up. Back-to-back goals for Dallas. And it all begins with Drew Simino dominating on faceoffs, giving Dallas possession. Crotty and now McIntosh taking advantage. And Dallas back on top by 5. Right now, this game belongs to Dallas, on top by 5. And now, as you predicted, the third different Lizard to take draws is Jake Bernhardt.
Yeah, I thought we'd see Bernhardt a little bit. You might see Hartzell maybe take some. Fletcher might. I mean, geez, you might even see Rabel take a couple. But Joe Spallina's right. You've got to figure it out. I mean, this is complete domination.
Whistled high and wide by Stotts.
By the way, how about Denver? They're looking for their 3rd title in the last 5 years, and now they've been in the championship game 4 out of the last 5 years. The only year they weren't in the title game was when New York and then the Rochester Rattlers played in 2015.
Wolf bounces back out to Stotts. No reset of the shot clock, down to 15. Stotts, one-handed feed to Thompson. That caught the iron.
But the rebound came out to Dallas, and they get to maintain possession.
Wolf, score! We saw it from Joel White in the first half. We see it from Jordan Wolf in the second half. Little bit of an opening, laying out and scoring. 6-goal game.
Let's take this back from the initial shot. Stotts finds Ty Thompson, point blank range. He clanks it off the pipe. Thompson keeps it alive. And then the same possession, Jordan Wolf gets inside position against Joe Fletcher and dives for the goal. Jordan Wolf is nearly unstoppable. If he gets inside position on you like he did against Joe Fletcher like that, You cannot stop him.
Now off the draw, violation called against Dallas. So Kelly tries to carry it in deep himself. Pinnell there to try to pick it up, and he's got it.
And there's been 2 violations on Drew Semino, so he has only lost 2 actual draws in this entire game out of 21.
So 2 lost draws, 2 violations. 17 of 21, is that your updated number?
17 of 21 now.
Man, it's such a gaudy number, we got to get it right. Shot and a score. Lacrosse gets the goal. He is very good from distance, leads the team with 3 2-pointers this year. That one was inside the line, and it stops the run. Dallas had extended it out to a 6-goal lead, their largest of the game, but Lacrosse brings it back down.
Yeah, he's the nephew of Sal Lacrosse, U.S. Lacrosse Hall of Famer, gets the feed from Rabel, the former St. Anthony's High School star in New York City. Takes it long range. Look at that lane he has to shoot. Shoots across his body and sends it from the left side to the right side.
Ocasio in his 4th year out of Maryland, 16 goals in the regular season.
Violation on Fowler. He went early.
Inside of 8 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Dallas has not trailed playing here on their home field in Frisco, where they've lost just once all year. That was to the team they're playing tonight, New York.
And it was a team they had a little bit of a lead on that made a comeback against them. So we talked about the importance in Major League Lacrosse. You can't sit on a 4 or 5 goal lead, because that's essentially, most teams consider that a tie game. Got to keep attacking.
McIntosh gets knocked down. Good defensive play by the Lizards. Pifani. Pinnell shadowed by Dunn.
Yeah, Dunn has done a really nice job on Rob Pinnell tonight. Rob Pinnell's got a hat trick. But that's a tough matchup for Dunn, and Dunn has stepped up tonight and done a really good job.
Rabel defended by Manley. Morasco back for Pinnell.
Late flag coming out. Marasco got popped in the face.
Morasco still down.
Yeah. Jordan Stevens is going to get the penalty on him.
Play still on as New York picks it up with Pinnell. Pinnell brings it in deep. Pinnell backhands it off the side of the cage, and he's still after it.
But Dunn had good position on that.
And reset the shot clock. Extended possession here with the delayed call on Dallas. 6 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Pinnell, not going to see that happen too often, as it just kind of floated right past him.
No, he took his eye off it for just a split second. Wasn't able to reel it in.
Walters defended by Stevens. Walters now with Neer on him. Will Manning. Manning looking for an opening. Good defense right, Dallas.
Will Manning's been very quiet today.
Long shot saved by Galloway. 2-point bid from Lacrosse. Just talked about his ability from distance. And Galloway with the save. It will be a man-up opportunity for New York. Remember, they scored a couple of man-up goals late in the first half.
Yeah, 3 of their 5 been on the man up. Watch 35 in blue. Right there with the slash right across the throat of Jojo Marasco. By the way, if you ever want to know how good of a GM Joe Spallina is, he traded Jojo Marasco for a 1st-round pick to the Rattlers last year. Mid-season, it wasn't working out, so the Rattlers traded Marasco back to the Lizards for a 4th-round pick. So Joe Spallina ended up getting Jojo Marasco and a 1st-round pick in exchange for a 4th-round pick. There's Stevens. He got hit on that last shot.
Man up for the Lizards, down by 5. Rabel's pass is deflected. Last touch by Dallas. Rabel. Shot. Whistled wide. The bid by Walters.
Joe Walters, the former first overall draft pick of the then Rochester Rattlers, delivered the only title in Rattlers history back in 2008, which was, by the way, over the Denver Outlaws. Joe Walters was the MVP of that championship game.
And a mistake by New York. A turnover on the man up. That will get us to a timeout with 4:23 to go in the third quarter. Dallas holding on to a 5-goal lead. Well, right now it's a 5-goal advantage for Dallas. That seems like a really big lead, but we have talked about New York's firepower and the success they have had here in Frisco. Regular season meeting very recently, July 29th. Drew Semineau and Dallas got off to a great start. They had a 4-0 lead, but New York came back, had a couple of highlight reel goals. This game was a 1-goal win for New York by a final of 13-12. That ended Dallas's 7-game winning streak. It's their only loss at home this year. The oddity of that game was neither team scored in the last 9 minutes of the game. The last goal was scored by Joel Tinney with 9:23 to go in regulation.
Yeah, you saw that right there. And I mean, two high-powered offenses went scoreless for a long time, but you're right, Dallas has won 8 of their last 9 games. Their only loss to New York. They're 6-1 at home. The only loss to New York. New York has won their last 7 straight against the Rattlers franchise dating back to 2014, including a championship in there. So a lot of things can swing here if Dallas can hold on.
The last Rattlers win, May 9th of 2014. Rannigan.
Back at old Salem Stadium in downtown Rochester. I was at that game.
You were at quite a few of those Rattler games.
I've been at a lot of Rattlers games over the years.
Ryan McNamara.
Oh,
Knocked
great
away
trail check.
Off of Crotty by Landis.
Matt Landis with an excellent trail check.
Buffoni. Again, the only way right now for New York to get possessions is to get stops. They got to stop thanks to Landis. Now Pennell with the quick feed in front, and a goal by Tinney. So they convert the stop into a goal to make it a 12-8 game.
Joel Tinney, a rookie. It's been absolutely outstanding. Didn't quite make the finalist for Rookie of the Year, but he should be right up there. First team All-American at Johns Hopkins. Rob Pennell off the pick from Joe Walters. He sees a streaking Joel Tinney, keeps his feet in front of the crease. Excellent job by Tinney. He had the game-winning goal here 2 weeks ago, as you mentioned, member of Team Canada's Under-19 World Championship team, helped Canada do a silver medal. One of the final cuts on the national team. And next World Championship, Joel Tinney will be playing for Randy Mearns and Team Canada.
Now Troy Ray trying his hand against Semineau. That's a different way to go about it. Kind of like Semineau try to pick it up and force the ground ball, it seemed. But in the end, as I've said many times before, it's a win for Dallas.
No matter what way you slice it, Drew Semineau keeps getting these face-off wins for the Rattlers.
4th different Lizard to take a draw against Semineau tonight. And as Brendan mentioned before, Semineau, the only player in the league who has taken every single draw for his team.
Every single draw for, and that's simply amazing. I mean, you're talking about 500 draws plus per year.
Reeves scores. Ben Reeves, his 2nd goal of the game, 3-point game for the rookie. Back to a 5-point advantage.
Every time New York seems like they're inching back, Dallas finds a way to answer it. This time, you got Stotts flipping the field. Fletcher got too far, sucked into the middle of the field. Reeves was wide open for the lefty shot and goal. And really, I mean, Reeves has been such a great addition to this team. A lot of people wondered when they brought Reeves in, would he disrupt the offense or would he be an asset? And he has truly become an asset to this offense. And remember, this Rattlers coaching staff has seen Ben Reeves play for over a decade, back when he was at Palmyra Macedon High School in suburban Rochester. And now we've got a penalty coming up. So we got another unnecessary roughness penalty. I'm sorry, they're calling it an illegal body check. And that's going to be on Troy Ray.
Yeah, Ray's in the box. Troy Ray is off.
Tommy Kelly's coming back to the face-off X.
Kelly, 4 of 18 tonight against Semino, who against a total of 4 Lizards players is 19 of 23.
And a procedure penalty against Semino, a rare one. So, but this is big because New York is a man down, so they can kill off a penalty here. They can take a very good man-up unit off the field for the Rattlers. So this is a 5-on-6, and it looks like the Rattlers will be content to play 5-on-6 defense. They're not doubling the ball at this point. You see Joel White kind of playing a roving zone there.
Tinney. How much does New York try to push things here? Down by 5.
Well, this is a tough spot because you're down 1. If you can kill off this penalty and get a shot off.
Well, there's the shot. Saved by Galloway. Follow-up score. Will Manny gets the goal.
Will Manny's been quiet this entire game, and he cleans up the loose change in front of the net. We talked about one of the Achilles heels for the Rattlers is those defensive rebounds off the saves. So you see sweeping across is Unterstein. He takes the shot, but Manny has inside position on Madursky, and he's able to clean that up in front of the goal. So what looked like it could be an advantage for Dallas, essentially New York kills off the penalty and they get a shorthanded goal.
Will Manny in his 6th year out of UMass, MVP of the All-Star game. 7-point game in the regular season finale against Chesapeake. 41 goals, a career high in the regular season. Gets one here in the playoffs to make it a 4-goal game. Less than 90 seconds to go in the 3rd.
And what an All-Star game that was, as the All-Star team beat Team USA by 1 goal in overtime, thanks to Will Manny.
Thanks to Drew Semino, Dallas has possession again.
Yeah, this is an all-time great playoff performance by Drew Semino.
21 of 26. In the other semifinal, we talked about it at halftime. Max Adler for Denver was 21 of 29. That was a 1-goal win for Denver over Chesapeake in Annapolis.
Which is amazing how you dominate faceoffs that much but only win by 1 goal.
Final minute of the 3rd quarter. Dallas has not trailed here today. Long shot off the pipe. Rebound comes right back out to the shooter, McNamara. Shot clock is off.
That was a nice looking shot by McNamara.
Crotty bounced wide by Jordan McIntosh. Wolf has it. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Wolf. 8 seconds. Wolf. McIntosh, the feed, looking for Thompson, comes all the way through, and it will roll out to midfield, and that will do it for the third quarter. It was a 4-goal lead for Dallas at halftime. It's a 4-goal lead for Dallas heading into the fourth quarter with a spot in the championship game on the line. 13-9 after 3. 13-9, time for our Powerade power through play of the game. It was scored in the first quarter by Joel White. Beautiful play by White to get the first of 2 goals for him on the night.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Comes from behind, leaps, backhand, goal. It's one of the prettiest goals you'll see in these playoffs. Joel White, full extension, one of 2 goals for the long stick midi tonight. Native of Cortland, New York, outside of Syracuse. Former 2016 Co-Defensive Player of the Year, along with teammate Mike Manley.
And you can see Ray again just trying to give Semino a little bit of an opening, then fight back after that point, but it's a face-off win for Dallas and Semino. Semino was 7-2 on face-offs in that third quarter, and now a whistle and a push stopping play.
Matt Landis can't believe they're calling a push on that as White is slow to get up. Landis is still jawing at the officials. So here's Landis coming from behind White. And he does trip him up. He just does get his feet just a little bit.
And White was shaken up because as he was going down, you could see he ran into Pafani. And his head came back a little bit. Athletic training staff over there to take a look on the sidelines. So Dallas with possession.
So if you're Dallas, this is closing time right now. Don't let the Lizards hang around. You got to put some more goals on and put this game away.
Wolf, short hop, grabbed by McNamara. Rannigan looking for contact. Rannigan draws a crowd. Picked up by Bernhardt for New York. Unterstein. McNamara slowing him down. Rabel. Grabbed by Walters.
So Joel White is back up. He's not out on the field yet.
Tinney, the rookie. Walters, 15 to shoot. Will Manning, who has a goal here in the second half. Manning, knocked away.
Excellent job by Mike Manley getting in the passing lane, not letting Rabel get that ball. Manley has been excellent on Rabel so far tonight. There he is right there.
Shot clock at 2. The question is, the possession change. You see, that's what New York is arguing here, that
well, they got the clock running.
game clock is running. Officials are still conferring, and the game clock continues to run while they have this conversation.
They've let about 20 seconds run off of that clock. I don't think possession changed hands. I don't think Manley ever had the ball cleanly.
Paul Rabel's going to come in and state his case. Two-time league MVP. You want your word.
So they're going to keep it at 2 seconds.
To be heard.
The possession didn't change hands. So there'll be 2 seconds on the clock. So New York will get this and just throw it in the corner. So it gives them an opportunity to get their offensive or their defensive personnel on the field. So Hartzell just going to take this and launch it.
And there it is, shot clock violation.
Yeah, Rabel actually got a shot off.
Galloway and Dunn work together to bring it out against Pennell.
But again, Eric, the longer you let New York hang around, only down by 4, the harder this game's going to become for Dallas. They need to get a couple more goals and put this game out of reach.
Crotty, Stotts, score! Four-point game for Randy Stotts. Couple of goals, couple of assists, 5-goal lead.
And that was a nice possession for the Rattlers. Short and sweet to the point. Crotty, right-hand dodge. He gets the defense looking at him. Stotts takes that over the left shoulder of Drew Adams for the goal. Take a look at it again. You see Crotty, when he downhill dodges on the right side, he draws the defense over just enough to be able to skip that pass over to Stotts, who had a wide open lane to shoot.
14-9, 5-goal advantage for Dallas. And Joel White back onto the field, wins it. Moss takes a shot, and it's off the mark.
That was Ray on the faceoff again. They're just trying anybody they can. Man, what do you think of Max Adler of Denver's think he's going, man, I had one of the best performances at the X in the playoffs, and Drew Zimino says, watch this.
Crotty's shot is deflected. Landis picks it up. And here comes Matt Landis for New York. Off for Rabel. Walters, shot wide. Backed up by Pennell.
See, immediately, John Galloway makes the save, starts directing traffic.
Done around the screen. Right on top of Pennell.
Not allowing him to get top side.
Pennell goes to the left hand.
That's good work by Dunn.
Pennell. Help comes from Moderski. Good team defense by Dallas, and they break out.
Excellent defensive possession.
Wolf finds the trailing McIntosh, who says, let's slow things down. Inside of 10.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Spot in Saturday's championship game on the line against Denver. Dallas scored the first 2 goals of the game. They led 6-1 at the end of one quarter. They have not trailed here tonight. Closest New York has been was 9-6. Paul Rabel scored early in the third quarter. Dallas has it back to a 5-goal advantage, and they have possession.
Reeves got the short stick matchup, was not able to finish. Didn't have really a great angle at that shot going away.
Shot clock at 6. Shot and a save made by Adams. Battle for the ground ball as Adams well out of the cage. McNamara took a hard hit. Dallas back with it, and they'll have an opportunity to work more clock here inside of 9.5 to go.
Yeah, that's best case scenario for the Rattlers. Work the shot clock, get a shot, end up getting the rebound, and working more time off the clock. The clock is Dallas's friend at this point.
McNamara fakes the pass.
Smart play by McNamara.
Rannigan feeds it in close quarters. Thompson scores. Ty Thompson getting his second goal of the game. Rannigan an assist, his second of the night. Here's the goal again.
Here's Rannigan inside to Ty Thompson. The defense is pretty good there. They're right on him. But Thompson was able to get his hands free in between Hartzell and Pafani That's the second of the night for Thompson. Ty Thompson's really been a great story for this franchise too. A couple years ago, when Tim Soudan was the head coach, they didn't really know what to do with him, and he really couldn't find his role. And Tim Soudan wanted to put him in games, but couldn't figure out how to best use him. And then Ty Thompson really developed that crease game, and he found himself a spot. And now he's been a valuable asset for this Dallas team. 36 goals this year. He was in the top 5.
Had 4 goals in the first meeting against New York, has 2 goals here with a spot in the championship on the line tonight. Another face-off win for Dallas. Semifinal 23 of 28. McIntosh keeps tiptoeing in. McIntosh looking for Thompson. Thompson can't handle it. Landis picks it up. 6-goal lead for Dallas. Remember, this is a New York team with Rob Pennell, leading scorer in Major League Lacrosse. Will Manning, number 2 goal scorer in Major League Lacrosse. Paul Rabel, one of the greats all time, the all-time leading point scorer in Major League Lacrosse. And then there are players like Jake Bernhardt who could fill it up.
Yeah, Jake Bernhardt says, don't forget about me. I won a championship last year. I'm coming to get another one. Jake Bernhardt has been such a huge addition in their transition game and their offense as well. And that's the exact reason right there as John Galloway talks to his defense to have them move around. You see McIntosh backpedaling, gives way too much space to Jake Bernhardt. You can't give him that much space to get his hands free.
So let's see what New York does this time on the faceoff as Bernhardt gets his 3rd goal of the night. Once again, it's Troy Ray.
Yeah, what Troy Ray's doing right now is he's just trying to let the wings get in here to help him out. Like, he's just trying to slow Semifinal down. So you watch Ray's movements. Now see, he knows that Seminole going to win the initial clamp, but he wants to win the battle, but he gets it picked off by Joel White.
It worked for a split second. But once again, Dallas takes it. They can take it inside of 7 minutes, this possession.
Right, well, Ray did exactly what you want. Let Seminole clamp it, and then you just beat him to the ground ball. Because they know at this point they're not going to beat Seminole to the clamp. Wow, no call on that.
They continue to play on as Rannigan was horse collared, and he's still down.
Yeah, Rannigan's hurt.
They play on the other end of the field, and now whistle stops play.
I can't believe they did not call a penalty on that. That's the same thing that Jordan Stevens did earlier in the game. Take a look, he's working on Tinney. He gets the initial first step. You see, and that's a hole. I mean, he brings him down. He's got his arm around him. It looks like Rannigan's all right. Well, I'm not going to say what I thought Bill Warder said, but he basically said that was a missed call.
Rannigan on the sidelines.
Oh, no. Oh, they're calling a penalty on Dallas now.
And you can hear the big crowd in Frisco letting the officials know about it.
You see, Bill Warder's just saying, don't let them take this from us. He's not talking about the officials. He's talking about the Lizards. This penalty is on Randy Stotts.
Now a little urgency for New York as they work it around in the man up. They've had success on the man up here tonight. Pennell has a man up goal. He's to the right of Galloway. Here he is. That one goes wide.
Well, Pennell's got a couple from right there. Make sure you keep an eye on Lacasio too. Lacasio can wind up from 2-point range from here.
Pennell has 3 goals tonight, but all 3 goals in the first half. Shot wide. So it was a slashing call on Stotts. That's why he's off for a minute. 8 seconds to go in the man up. Pennell with the bounce pass up top. Rabel. Touch over. Shot. Save made by the anchor of this team, John Galloway.
John Galloway saw that right from the point of attack. Bernhardt was going to go high to high. Galloway read it the entire time.
Approaching 5 minutes to go in this semifinal matchup between New York in white and Dallas in their home blue, playing in Frisco. Ford Center at the Star. Dallas has led throughout, trying to earn a spot in the championship game. Denver has one of the spots in the final. They beat Chesapeake 13-12 earlier this evening. 11 on the shot clock. Stotts back on the field. 7 to shoot. Stotts with 4, with 3, and Stotts will just send it to the far corner. That will get us a timeout. Clock continues to roll, but they should stop the clock because there's a timeout on the field with 4:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Can Dallas close it out? Does New York have a comeback in store? Come back and find out. New York with it, down by 5.
So this is, keep in mind, this is after the shot clock violation.
More great defense from Dallas, swarming the ball right now. Battle for the ground ball, won by Bernhardt, took it away from White. Will Manning.
Still plenty of time left, though.
Rabel got free.
Oof.
Sent it wide.
That was an excellent roll dodge. He faked Manley out, but he couldn't convert.
Rabel defended by Manley as he tried to get to the cage. And here come the Rattlers. Moss for Jordan Wolf. 3.5 to play in Frisco. Lizards have won 7 in a row in this series head-to-head with the Rattlers. Crotty. Crotty continues to work it. 3 minutes to play.
You see them getting their offense at about 12 seconds.
New York came in averaging 15 goals a game. This has been an outstanding defensive performance by the Rattlers. Down to 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and Reeves will just roll it in the corner.
I'm surprised they didn't try to go for a shot there. I get taking the time off the clock, but you still have to be aggressive.
Tinney will jog it up. Pennell, defended by Dunn. Dunn's done an outstanding job. Pennell's been held in check. Now Rabel. Rabel with Manley there defensively. And now a flag comes.
Not sure what that flag is for. Unless
Pennell.
something happened off ball. I didn't see anything that Manley did right there.
I believe they're calling a slash. 2:01 to go.
Wow, I don't know about that call.
So 6th man up opportunity coming now for New York. They're 2 for 5 tonight. Dallas 0 for 2 on the man up.
Let's look at this here. On Manley. Are you kidding me? That is what they called?
Yeah, it's that first contact there.
Okay,
Because the flag is en route before that hit there.
That is an outright joke. Absolute joke of a call in a playoff game.
Shot, bounce wide.
We got to keep an eye on Lacasio. He can fire those up from 2. Also keep an eye on Rabel.
Down by 5, minute 37 to go. Rabel and Lacasio outside the 2-point line. Manny scores. So a man-up goal for New York. Comes with 1:27 to go.
That's Manny's second of the game. And I mean, for the most part, John Madursky's been doing a really good job of neutralizing Will Manny. This time you see Dunn comes out to defend the 2-pointer. And then Madursky drops down at Pennell, which forces the slide for Jack Neer to come over, and he's just laid on the slide, getting to Manny.
Manny closes scoring in the 3rd quarter. He scores with 1:27 to go in the 4th quarter.
So there's still a slight bit of life for New York, but they've got to win the face-off.
Semino knocked it away, but it is taken away by New York, and here's Ray. So an opportunity here for New York. Unterstein ducks inside and scores. Lizards aren't done yet.
Unterstein in transition keeps it interesting. And Eric, this is where the 2-point play gets interesting, because it's a 2-possession game right now with a 2-pointer. So Ray brings it down, finds Unterstein, who's trailing. Nobody picks him up. O'Neal gets at him late. And Unterstein gets the goal. Look at me get right into the teeth of that defense.
Started with a win off the face-off, and now Semino and Ray at it again. Semino. Can he win another one? Flips it up for Joel White. And a timeout called by Dallas. Ray took a pop at White, so they're face to face.
Pafani just pushed White. There's a flag down. It'll be interesting to see who this is on. Austin Pafani pushed Joel White. So will they get White for jawing first, or will they get Pafani? You see Ned Crotty pushing everybody over to the sideline. So take a look at this. So after the play, so Ray, now that right there on Ray is a more egregious slash than what they called on Manley a moment ago. So we'll see, they might call the slash on Ray, or they call the push on Pafani.
There's
That's
the flag
what
there.
Yeah, no, they're calling it on Pafani because the official threw the flag and he was walking Pafani away.
Relax. Foul. White, 3, White, 3, White. 1 minute. I'm supposed to like how to no release. Foul. 1, whoa. 1 minute. I'm supposed to like how no release. 1 and 1.
Okay, so they're calling offsetting penalties. Although you should call a penalty on Ray too, if you're going to do that. So Bill Warder and Jock Monty are just going over Joel White. Listen, it's a 3-goal lead. So, and I know exactly what Joel White is telling that official. He said, what about the slash on Ray that started the whole thing? So let's watch it one more time as they call it timeout. Watch 18 right there. That's after the timeout was called, and White takes issue with it right there. So he's jawing, and then Pafani comes in and pushes White.
So there was no slash called on Ray. It's more for what happened here. And if you're Dallas, you are not thrilled with this call because you are taking one of your very best players in Joel White, a guy who you want on the field with a game on the line for what he can bring defensively.
But the thing is, for Dallas, they have possession. So it's going to be a 5-on-5. They can essentially run this clock out. And I think that's what Bill Warder and Jacques Monty were telling Joel White. Don't worry about it. We got this. We've got possession. We're going to run the clock out. We'll be fine. You can see White down there was still talking to the official. Bill Warder in his first year as head coach, longtime assistant, was an assistant originally under B.J. O'Hara. Then when Tim Soudan took over the team, he stayed on. When Tim Soudan decided not to move down to Dallas, he called Bill Warder and said, "It is your time now. You should take this job." And Bill Warder did it exactly that. And he's 1 minute away from leading his team to the championship game. So here's Dunn.
With it. Dunn's got it. Dunn comes all the way in and takes a shot. They'll reset the shot clock, so the shot clock is now off because we're inside of a minute to play. Yep. 44 seconds to go. Back in the hands of Wolf. Now a little space here, a little opportunity to run some clock. You can hear the crowd in Frisco. They can feel it. "20 seconds. And
I think we got another timeout by Dallas.
Timeout Dallas. .4 to go.
So this would be right now, if everything holds, it'll be a rematch of the 2014 MLL Championship between Denver and the old Rochester Rattlers, which was won by the Outlaws. This will be the first championship game appearance for the Rattlers since they lost to the Lizards in 2015. With the core of this group, you see right there with the helmet off, that is Joel White. Leading the charge. You do not see a coach in that huddle at all.
So Joel White, even though he's on the sidelines right now, finding a way to get involved, and you can tell by the body language and the facial expressions for New York, they know that this run, 3 in a row to close out the regular season to earn their way into the playoffs. This run's about to come to an end. Dallas with possession, up by 3, 15.4 to go. Bill Warder not ready to smile yet.
Bill Warder will not smile until the end of next week when he's holding the championship trophy.
You better not turn around because all the guys on the bench are smiling right now. Wolf facing 2 Lizards will flip it up. Crotty has his jersey grabbed. Grabbed by Adams. Thrown up towards midfield. Knocked away by Dallas. 5 seconds. Ray from distance. 2 seconds. 1. And guess who's got it? Fittingly. Galloway holds on to it. Dallas going to the championship game.
After all the transition with this franchise, moving from Rochester to Dallas, switching coaches, the players all deciding whether they're going to stay or whether they're going to go, they decided as a group, we're going to go down to Dallas and keep this thing going for another championship run. And now they have made the championship game.